So just a quick heads up before I start this video. This video does contain massive spoilers for The Last of Us Part 2, and with all of the people I've been seeing on The Last of Us subreddit just now buying the games, I would recommend clicking off this video until you have beaten both of them. If you've been around my channel for a little while now, you know that I'm a huge fan of both The Last of Us and The Walking Dead. And like many of you, I have loved The Last of Us show. And I was absolutely thrilled to see that the show was already picked up for a season 2 after only the second episode. And I was even happier than that to see that the second season will reportedly follow the plot of the second game. And even though The Last of Us 2 was fairly polarizing, I still loved it. But why was The Last of Us 2 so divisive? It was because of the decision to kill off Joel, the beloved main character of the first game, within the opening 2 hours.
Please stop! Please don't shoot! Joel, please get up! No!
Before I ever played the game, I actually had this death spoiled for me when I was making my very first video on this channel. I went to YouTube and typed in The Last of Us Joel to find some decent background footage for that video, and death scene autofilled. Later that summer, when I played the game for the first time, I told a friend of mine that I had actually read a lot of negative reviews about it, and he told me, the people that hate this game are just too sensitive. Hate on him all that you want. He doesn't watch my videos, I think. Whether he was right or wrong in his assessment, I have no idea. All I know is that I was hooked into part 2 within the opening minutes. And when I watched Joel's death scene, a long and unbroken string of expletives and threats left my mouth and were directed at the TV screen. But that's the reason I'm making this video. Joel's death. If we look over to The Walking Dead, we see a show at its peak from seasons 5 to 6, roughly. So much so that my local bowling alley hosted a Walking Dead league where once a week, every Sunday, a bunch of Walking Dead fans would bowl against each other while reruns played on the TVs. And at the end, there was a viewing party for that week's episode. But if you watched season 6, then you remember how that entire season built up to this big bad, Negan. He was never seen until the season 6 finale, only ever spoken of.
He made a lot of demands, even more threats. And he killed one of us. He beat him to death, right in front of us. Said we needed to understand, right off the bat.
When he's finally revealed, it's terrifying. All of our favorite characters are lined up and one of them is picked at random to be beaten to death.
Anybody moves, anybody says anything, cut the boy's other eye out and feed it to his father, and then we'll start. Hell, you're all gonna be doing that.
And that was it. That was all we had for so long. I probably spent what amounted to several days trying to figure out who died. I watched video after video, doing my best to cyber sleuth who bit it. And when a leaked video of a hugely popular character, Maggie, getting beaten to death came out, everybody was convinced. But that's not the only death scene that was filmed. In fact, every character in that lineup had their head caved in.
Anybody moves, anybody says anything, cut the boy's other eye out, feed it to his father, and then we'll start. You can breathe. You can blink. You can cry. Hell, you're all gonna be doing that. Oh, look at that! Taking it like a champ!
The reason I put that leaked in quotes is that many people, including myself, believe that this was a marketing ploy done by AMC to keep us on the edge of our seats, and they did a pretty amazing job with this, even releasing a Dish ad with Negan doing his little pig chant.
I simply cannot decide. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Mo. Come on.
With some TV providers, you have to make tough decisions when choosing what to record. But with a new Hopper from Dish, you can store up to 2,000 hours of your favorite shows and watch and record 16 shows at once, which means no more tough choices.
And you are it. And so are you and you.
The Walking Dead returns Sunday, October 23rd on AMC.
When season 7 finally aired, we found out who bit it. It was Abraham, which was not what a lot of people, including myself, thought would happen. We were convinced that it would be the fan favorite Glenn because of the source material. We were convinced that Glenn was safe, until...
So,
Back to it.
The reason for this long-winded rant is that after the Season 7 premiere, The Walking Dead's viewership declined so drastically that there were talks about the show getting cancelled at one point. This here is a graph of viewership by season. Each line is a single episode, and you can see that by Season 4 the show was extremely popular until it reached its peak around the Season 7 premiere right here. And from there, the viewership tanked and it really never recovered. This is now what I'm calling the Walking Dead problem. When a show decides to kill off its most popular character, thus killing ratings, and then the budget goes with it, and then the overall quality of the show follows right behind. So this is my fear. If the absolutely phenomenal Last of Us adaptation follows in the footsteps of the source material, what will happen to the show? With rumors of a third game in the works, will the show even make it that far? Here is my suggestion, and if you haven't been around The Last of Us for a while, this is going to sound really bad, but just bear with me until I finish what I'm about to say. A way they can avoid killing Joel is by raping Dina. Hi, editing me here. I just want to point out that, I don't support sexual assault in the slightest manner. This whole video is for jokes. Please don't take anything I say seriously. Yeah, don't rape people. This is a fictional character, and this is how I think they could avoid killing a main character. Yeah, please don't kill me. This is all a joke. Dina, in Part 2, is Ellie's love interest, and then eventually wife, and then ex-wife by the end of the game. When the first real trailer came out with footage from the game, we saw footage from Joel's death scene. And of course, they spliced out the audio of Ellie telling Joel to wake up.
Joel, get up. Joel, fucking get up. Please stop. Please stop.
And then when we found out that Dina existed, and that the game was about some sort of revenge mission, most people put together that there was some sort of assault and assumed that Dina was the catalyst for this vigilante justice. This is how I think they could avoid this Walking Dead problem. But let me know what you think. After all, I'm wrong about a lot of things, and I definitely hope this is one. But with that all out of the way, I'll leave you to check out the rest of the videos on this channel. Or not, it's your choice. I don't really care.